This still does absolutely nothing for it. There's no microphone. It's literally just attached to the wall.
I think it's working. There we go. I think it's working fine. I don't know. That's just...
I failed 2023. And I don't just mean that in terms of the goals that I had set, which we'll talk about in a second, but I failed it in every single possible aspect of my life. Physically, emotionally, financially, etc., etc., etc. But 2023 is over. I want 2024. I want to look back at 2024 and I want to be like, that was the year I started my life. And the best way to do that is to look at all the failures of this past year, 2023, and figure out what I want to do better moving forward. And I realized that I was putting a lot of pressure onto myself that wasn't needed. And I think a lot of people can sort of relate going through that, of being so overwhelmed and stressed out with stuff you want to do or stuff you need to do that you don't do anything, and then you panic because you haven't done anything, and you can't do anything because you're so overwhelmed about the things that you need to do that everything starts overwhelming you, so you do nothing, and then because you do nothing, and it's just a big long cycle. So sometime last year, actually I believe it was about 2 years ago, I started a TikTok account called FitBee, and I didn't really post on it. 2023, I was like, okay, I'm gonna post on FitBee, I'm gonna do good, and I did that for about 3 times. So I changed the FitBee account to Wellbee. That's the account that I want to use to focus on all the things physical, emotional, mental, financial, all of the L's, and just make sure that I am, especially this year, being a more well-rounded individual. In terms of the internet and the actual influencing side of things that I wanted to do, so to start off, in the beginning of the year, my Snapchat got deleted. I didn't tweet at all as much as I want to, just because I don't really care too much for Twitter, and then with Elon changing everything, it made it even harder to want to tweet because I knew people weren't going to be seeing my content as much as I would like them to. Instagram, I started out really strong, 12, 13, I think I had like 1,400 followers at one point from one video, and then I stopped posting it. YouTube did not make a single video on FilmMe. Barely did anything on the Archives channel, which it wasn't even called the Archives. I streamed a lot more on Twitch than I thought I was going to, but not as much as I would have wanted to. Obviously, the biggest one is TikTok. Right now, I'm working on the top videos of 2023, and the Call Me Isby account, my main account, flopped so hard. I haven't looked at the Nerdbee account yet statistically, but the Nerdbee account actually did very, very well from what I can remember, because I was getting those 10K views, the 10K likes. That was occurring monthly over on Nerdbee, especially in the middle of the year. This year was like Nerdbee like popped off. But I once again, I didn't take advantage of that, and so it kind of fell into the wind. I did not get any smarter. I'm pretty sure I got dumb. My physical health went way down. I feel like my mind is sort of all over the place, honestly. And I will admit, a lot of it is my fault. I can't deny that, right? That's the important thing, is taking accountability for your actions. A lot of this stuff could have been avoided if I, Isby, did better for myself. If I ate better, if I exercised more, if I actually focused on making videos, if I didn't get lazy, if I didn't get complacent, if I didn't get synonyms. So overall, this year was a failure. So right now, I want to look at the goals that I have for 2023. And then with those goals in mind, I want to edit the goals for 2024 and make them more realistic, more vague, I guess would be the word. And just overall, I want to talk about like the thought process that I have. So I recently made a new Snapchat account. I don't know why I was so obsessed with the score when the score means nothing. What I do want though is followers. As I said, I just made it, so it's like brand new. My goal for this year is to have 1,000 followers via Snapchat. Now, with Instagram, we actually did hit the goal, which is crazy to me because it literally happened within the first month or two. I uploaded a Spider-Man meme and like got like a million views in like a week, and I feel bad because the person who actually made it apparently doesn't have that many like followers, and the video did not have that many views, which just surprised me because I've seen that meme thrown around so much. I figured it would have more. I feel bad that my video literally just I forget the term for it, stealing his video. But right now I have about 11,000 followers. So my goal for Instagram this year is to double that and get 2,000 followers, which I think is totally possible. I also want to make it apparent that I post more of my own content on Instagram and not just memes. Twitter, I want to do the same exact thing because I never hit it. I've had this goal for 2 years. I want to hit 500 followers. I don't tweet enough to get that many followers, but one day, maybe I'll have a really good tweet and 500 people will follow me. Right now, I think I have like 200 and they're all bots. So, Elon, you're doing a terrible job at the bot thing. Like, all of my followers are bots. Every single one of them. Now, my goal last year for TikTok, for the Call Me Isby account, was to hit 10,000 followers. Why did I not hit 10,000 followers? I think the big thing is why I thought I could hit 10,000 followers, and that is because in 2022, I had 2,000 followers, and then I got to like 4,500 at the end of 2023. So in a year time frame, I essentially doubled my follower account on TikTok. And I figured that I could keep that momentum going and double it again. And I still feel like that's possible. I think the big reason why my TikTok did bad is the type of content I'm posting, which is not really anything. I'm kind of just posting whatever, and I don't really have a goal for that main Call Me Isby TikTok. The idea of the Call Me Isby TikTok is the political and social commentary of the world. That, like, it's literally just the Isby's opinions on the world. That's what that TikTok is. I think the problem is when I first started TikTok, I was seeing a lot of like political stuff. I was seeing a lot of race-based stuff. I was seeing a lot of, sexism, LGBT, all of that like kind of stuff, and I commentated on that. My For You page is now mostly cat memes. What I'm going to start doing, I want to start making longer form videos and then breaking those up throughout the week. Plus, I'm starting a super secret project that I haven't been promoting at all. That will definitely help the TikTok because I'll have more things to talk about. So between that thing and the longer form videos that I want to break up, I'm essentially going to put the long form videos on Patreon and then break those up into the TikTok account. I have 5 videos currently, topics that I want to talk about. Honestly, with the lack of followers that I got this year, though, I am going to drop down my goal from 10K to 6K. But if I hit 6K, it's becoming 10K again, and it's staying there till we get there. Now, as I said, the NerdBeat account really blew up this year in terms of likes and comments and views. I had pretty much once a month, I had a video hit 10,000 views, which I love, obviously. The is that no one was following me. Or I had 1,000 followers at the end of 2022, and now I'm at about 26-ish. And I just don't know how I'm supposed to get more followers because the views are coming in. People are watching the content. They're just not following me for the content. Last year was at 8K. I'm gonna drop it down to 5,000 followers. I really do think 5,000 followers is totally possible with the amount of views I'm getting. Now, I'm gonna keep the Welby account the same for my goal, which is 1,000 followers. I didn't post almost at all. I posted I have like maybe 8 videos in total on that account. Ironically enough, the views on that one is fucking crazy. The views, I'm getting like average 800 views on that account with 0 followers. Fucking crazy. But I do think that if I actually posted on there, I would get 1,000 followers. So that's the goal. 1,000 followers on the FitBee account, which is now known as Welby, and I need to start referring to it as Welby. Otherwise, people will get confused. Now, once again, did not post on the FilmBee account. My fault. I wanted to, obviously I wanted to, and I just didn't. And there's really no, like, reason or anything. I just didn't make any FilmBee videos. I have a lot of plans, and the problem is I kept planning, and then I was planning, and then I did more planning, and then I planned a little more, and then I planned some more, and then it was 2024. So, now that the planning's probably done, hopefully, I'll actually be posting on FilmBee this year, which means that I will probably hit 1,000 subscribers, which is at least the goal. Same thing with the archives. I posted a lot in the archives in the middle of the year, and then not really. I posted like 3 videos. It also wasn't called Isby's Archives. It was just called Isby Gaming, but I'm going to call it the Archive channel now, because that's where I post like TikTok compilations and all those other things. So with that being said, I do plan for that one to have 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year as well. Now, for Twitch, I want to have 500 followers. Again, I didn't stream as much as I wanted to, but I do plan on streaming a lot more this year. I will be getting my own house, so there won't be any excuses for why I'm not streaming. Because usually my excuse would be, well, my roommate's here and I don't want to bother him. I won't have that excuse come February. So with that being said, streaming should be not necessarily daily, but at minimum weekly. So I think with that, I will have 500 followers. I also have a Kick, and I want to say the same with Kick. I'm going to add 500 followers. Now, Patreon, it's going to be a pretty smaller goal because Patreon requires people to pay you. Now, technically, you don't have to pay, which means that you should all go follow for free. But I know that usually the concept of Patreon is people paying for the content. My Patreon is $1, so my goal is to have 50 Patreons by the end of 2024. And then as for the Discord, I actually don't know how many people are in the Discord server. I think not a whole lot. I think like 6. So once again, I'm going to lowball and say I want 100 people on the Isby Safe Space Discord server. And I'm actually going to post on it this year. Actually try to make things on it and make it seem like a fun server and not just a dead server. Also, I have a Triller. I only downloaded it because I saw Ice Spice was on it. Yeah, I don't know anybody who even knows what that app is besides Ice Spice. So I'm going to have 100 followers in that as well. Honestly, for that, I just plan to post TikToks that I draft, and then I look back and I'm like, wait, this is terrible, and then I don't upload it to TikTok. That's what my Triller's gonna be for. Just rejected TikToks. Followers on Triller. I lied. I'm gonna say 50 because nobody's on Triller. Nobody. With all of that being said, if you made it to the end, I appreciate you listening to me rant and talk about myself and promote myself, and I hope that something along here interests you. You want to go and follow me on some sort of platform. The goal for 2024 is for it to be my year. And it's a joke that I have on my TikTok, which is in the bio. It's like 2019, and it's crossed off 2020, crossed off 2021, 2022, and then 2023, my year. And I'm going to do the same joke, but with 2024, because I want 2024 to be my year. I know that there's a lot of memes going around that's like, oh, nobody say 2024 is going to be their year. I guess y'all learn. But 2024 seems to be like a filler year. Not a lot of movies coming out, not a lot of games coming out, not a lot of much happening in the year of 2024. I think besides the U.S. election, yeah, but with it being hopefully a filler year and a lot of setting up and planning, that's literally what 2024 is going to be, the planning year, and we're going to come back in 2025 and kick ass. But we got to make sure that we don't waste the year of 2024. Just because it's a filler year does not mean we can just lazy around and not do anything with it. We have to make sure that we're using what would essentially be considered prep time to prep, right? Batman doesn't go into battle, with zero prep time and win. He gets demolished. We've seen that several times. He loses without prep time every time. But anyways, until next time, my name is Dion, but you can call me Isby, and happy filling.